We thank you for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for those of you sitting in the first 15 rows, you are in the soak zone. There's a good chance that during our experience today, you'll be getting very, very wet. If you want to avoid being soaked with ice-cold salt water, you might want to move to higher and drier ground.
The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface and is essential to all life, both in the sea and on the land. There's one animal that is the perfect ambassador for the ocean, and that's the Orca, or killer whale. In just a few minutes, you'll meet SeaWorld's killer whales. First though, let's find out more about these remarkable animals. Orca, or the killer whale, is the most widely distributed mammal on Earth. They can be found throughout the ocean, all around the world, including in the Arctic, the Atlantic, the Southern, the Indian, and the Pacific Oceans. No other single marine species lives in as many different ocean habitats or is as directly reliant on as many different types of marine life as the killer whale. More than any other marine animal, the Orca is the very embodiment of our shared global ocean. Until about 2 decades ago, scientists didn't know that there were actually several different varieties or ecotypes of killer whales. With effort and observation, however, we discovered that there are actually 10 distinct ecotypes, each differing in size, behavior, diet, lifestyle, and appearance. A striking characteristic of the orca is their black and white skin. This camouflage is called disruptive coloration. In a murky environment, this coloration can make them difficult to detect. Killer whales are countershaded. Their top surface is darker than their surface underneath. From below, looking up, they blend in with the light from above. From above, looking down, they're invisible against the dark depths. Killer whales are warm-blooded and breathe air just like we do. Killer whales are the largest members of the Delphinidae, or dolphin family. As you can see, they have impressive physical characteristics. Orcas have keen eyesight, both above and below the water. The dorsal fin of an adult male can be up to 6 feet in height. The powerful pectoral flippers and tail fluke can propel them through the water at a high rate of speed with great maneuverability. Their top speed is nearly 30 miles per hour. Killer whales use echolocation to hunt and to communicate. Communication is also accomplished through tail slaps, breaching, and vocalizations. You'll experience a variety of natural killer whale behaviors during Orca Encounter today. We ask our whales to replicate natural behaviors such as breaching, spy hopping, and tail slaps. While awe-inspiring and entertaining for our guests, these behaviors are also essential to maintaining the health and well-being of the killer whales in our care. Much remains to be understood regarding the orca. One thing we do know, however, is that across the globe, they face real challenges as the general health of the prey populations and habitats on which killer whales depend suffer due to changes in the environment. In just a few moments, you'll encounter SeaWorld's killer whales and learn even more about these fascinating animals. As the most widely distributed mammal on Earth, the killer whale is uniquely positioned to represent the beauty, power, and fragility of the ocean.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin. On behalf of our killer whale training team, I'd like to welcome you to Orca Encounter. I've been an animal trainer for 12 years. Being an animal trainer is not just a job, it's more of a way of life. We have dedicated our professional and personal lives to these animals. It is a huge responsibility and the ultimate privilege for us to care for, teach, learn from, and share our killer whales with all of you. We hope you enjoy Orca Encounter.
Has one interconnected ocean. A vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
The way
showing off their size, speed, power, and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and today we're excited to share their story with all of you.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high flying and powerful.
These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment. We're going to see all of that today and more.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today you'll see our whales do behaviors together in unison. Synchronizing their movements and working as a team helps strengthen their social bonds and makes them the top predators of the ocean. Their scientific name is Orcinus orca, but they're more commonly known as killer whales. Our fog whales have their own names. Their names are Katina, Nalani, Malia, Trua, and Makayo. Makayo is our youngest whale at 9 years old, and our oldest is Makayo and Nalani's mom, Katina. She is 43 years old. Katina is the matriarch or leader of our pod of whales. Our whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. One of the first things that we teach our whales to do is called a fluke present. We're going to demonstrate that today with our two males, Trua and Makayo. So the whales are taught to present their tail flukes to the trainer. Now, not only does this allow us to get a good look at their entire body, but it also gives us access to veins, which are very easy to see on the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians are able to put the needle into the vein and collect a blood sample at least once a month. Now you can see today, Joe and Shannon are giving our whales a tail massage. They have very sensitive skin, and this is a great way for us to build our relationships with our killer whales. Now, blood samples are just one way that we can make sure that our whales stay healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We weigh them twice a month. We're able to do that by asking them to slide their body up and out of the water onto a killer whale-sized scale that we have in one of our adjacent pools. We'll demonstrate here in our slide out today. Trua on the right weighs almost 6,000 pounds. Makayo on the left weighs about 3,600 pounds. But you'll notice that the portion of their body from their dorsal fin all the way to their tail flukes is in the water right now. That's a very strong muscle called a peduncle, and it weighs several hundred pounds. So without the water, we wouldn't get an accurate weight. We're able to solve that problem by simply asking the whales to lift their tails up and out of the water, which allows us to make sure that our younger whales continue to grow and our adult whales maintain a healthy body weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Observational learning and mimicry play a critical role in the life of a killer whale. From the moment they're born, they learn necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader with their mom and other whales. And our whales play follow the leader with us too. We're going to put that to the test today with Ethan, who is from Kansas. And Ethan, I'm going to have you meet Makayo right now. We're going to do something with your body, and we're going to see if Makayo can copy or mimic you, okay? All right, first thing I want you to do is march in place. Get your knees up really high when you march in place. All right, Makayo marched with his tail flukes. That was good. Ethan, I'm going to have you feed Micaiah today. All right, you're gonna show him this fish. He's gonna open his mouth and toss it over the glass into his mouth. Very good. All right. Let's challenge him with another one, okay? This time, I want you to raise your right arm. That's this one over here. Put it down for 1 second. Let's make sure that he's watching and paying attention. Okay, there we go. Take that right arm, raise it up to the sky, and hold it still. All right, Ethan, I want you to drop that hand and slap your leg. There we go. And he got it. Good job. Very good. So you can see Micaiah is paying very close attention to you. They're very curious animals. Our whales can frequently be seen spy hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings or while they're playing. We're going to demonstrate that today with a behavior called a sighting bow. It's going to be a great big jump over at stage. Do you remember the signal that I taught you before, Ethan? Okay, so you're going to take your right pointer finger, point it down, and we're going to draw a line to the flagpole. All right, he took it. All right, audience, help us out. When Micaiah does a sighting bow on stage, let's give him a great big cheer.
I'm joined by my new friend Kenny, and he's here all the way from Indiana. Thanks for joining us. All right, Kenny, this is Trua here. I'm going to introduce you to him first by having you feed him some of his favorite fish. Now, Trua here, he eats 130 pounds of fish every single day. Go ahead and toss that right down the hatch. There you go. Good job, Kenny. All right, now, we've been talking a lot about communication, how killer whales do sighting bows to sight their environment. Well, killer whales also do another thing called breaching. That almost lets all the other killer whales know that they're there, okay? So we're gonna give them that signal. You ready? All right, go ahead and face Trua. Ready, set, and go for it. Good job, Kenny, that's perfect. Now, important thing about being killer whale trainers, we gotta keep our eye on the whale. Killer whales have excellent eyesight above and below the water. There Trua is down at 40 feet. He's gonna be doing a jump right at stage. Wait a second. Hang on, Kenny, look out! Thank you so much. Kenny, don't worry about a thing, man. I'll be just fine, all right?
Hey, Joe, looks like Trua outsmarted you guys over there. All right, how about we give our volunteers a huge round of applause for doing a great job today. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many of the mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is about 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain out in the wild. Some information, though, can only be gained through field observation. That's when SeaWorld works with our partners, like the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA, to further our knowledge. Killer whales are powerful animals. And perhaps the best example of that power that we've seen is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
So killer whales create waves to hunt, and they use their tail flukes to stun prey. Here's a demonstration. For our whales, it means a fun activity session. But for all of you, it's time to get wet.
It's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right?
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean. Limitless, connected, powerful. But still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore.
The killer whale story is still being written.
And there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one. One choice.
One positive act.
One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
Your eyes, discover all the way. Every different creature, beautiful, unique, is counted in the treasure of our diversity. From the highest high to the deepest deep, so much mystery. We are all inspired by this one big world. so much mystery. We are all inside our small big world, and we share love that flows through each other. There's a heart united, and we come alive. We can face our lives and see above us. This is one big world.
We hope you enjoyed Orca Encounter. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day at SeaWorld. Bye, everyone.
Follow SeaWorld on Facebook and Instagram to keep track of our latest rescues and find out more about the animals in our aquarium. Thanks again, everyone, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day at SeaWorld.